Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
Second time in under a month, I believe, that the finance department has come back into FACTv. Ladies, good morning. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg.
Good morning, Jeremy.
How are we doing this morning?
We're doing good. Nice to take a break from the counter.
I was going to say,
Get away for a little bit.
to be able to step away and have some breathing room here, all I've seen is people, because I look out towards the parking lot, and I just see people coming in and going, coming and going, coming and going.
Right.
And some people are smiling when they're coming in. Some people not so smiley.
Well, after they talk to Brenda, though, they're almost always smiling.
When they meet the finance team, you can't do anything but smile. You know, it's just, it's awesome. All right. So first off, we want to introduce Brenda, and because she is probably the one you're going to see the most at the counter collecting your taxes. Brenda, good morning.
Good morning.
How's it been going up there? Hey, let me move this over so you have a chance to talk. Misty's hogging it again. Typical.
It's been going really good. December was really busy. January now, we've quieted down. This week we're catching up on the mail.
Ooh, you shouldn't have said the quiet word. That usually can get you in trouble a little bit there.
No, not at all. Good customers coming in the door.
Well, welcome aboard, and I'm sure you've seen our staff probably flying by back and forth, because we're all over the place. So we always will try to say hi when we walk by.
That's great.
Bring candy when you can.
Bring candy. Oh, boy. All right, Misty, let's put you on the stand here, and
Sure.
let's ask you first off, where are we sitting at as far as collection amounts go? The big numbers here,
Yeah.
and see who's gotten in here.
So as Brenda said, it's tailored off quite a bit. So bills went out right around the 15th, which is when our goal always is, and then it gets really busy as soon as the bills go out, and then a lot of people want to pay their taxes before the end of the year for income tax purposes. So we get slammed up until then. We collected about $26 million through the end of the year. And as of now, we're at about $28 million. So it's a lot of money that goes through our office. And then I just want to remind everybody that it's not just the City of Fitchburg's money. So the City of Fitchburg is about a third of what the total tax bill is, with the school and the state and everybody else paying that too. So what we do in our department is we collect everything through the end of the year, and then we submit our totals to Dane County, and they tell us how much of that money we then have to disperse to everybody else, and we'll send that out to the schools and to the state and everyone next week. So
I just have to ask this because it's just coming to mind. Do you have like those big, large checks then you can write Madison Metropolitan School District and you take a picture and send it?
Yeah, no, we wire. It's much easier.
You wire.
I just wire it.
Jeez, technology.
It's just a picture of a big check.
Yeah.
They send it next to a normal size check so you know that it's big. Because otherwise you wouldn't know.
Yeah, sorry. It just came to mind. Like it would, I don't know, it's just something different. All right, so we've got the amount that you've collected. What do we collect in an average?
So we usually collect about 70% of the total. So all the houses, all the real property has 2 installments. So it's due the first installment January 31st. The second installment is due July 31st. But the city only collects it through January 31st. After that point, we send it on to the county. So anything that we get in the mail, even if it's postmarked January 31st, it'll still be considered timely, but the city of Fitchburg doesn't receipt it. We send that on to Dane County, and they take it from there. So we usually collect about 70%, though, of the total amount that's going to be collected. So it's a lot of people that want to pay it all in 1 year. Again, for income tax purposes, or just want to pay as much as they can through the 31st.
Here's a good question for you, and this pertains to me because I'm one of these people. What if my bank is going to be making that payment and I'm not sure if it's happening or not happened, or, I know that's probably come up a lot. What would you have to say to that?
Right. So the county's website, Access Dane, is a great resource for information, but it's only updated after settlement happened. So if you want to know for certain that your check cleared or that your check was processed by the city, give us a call or send us an email and we'll look it up. And then if you're sending a personal check, you could always see it clear on your bank side.
Right. Okay.
But the escrow ones,
That's how you handle that. Perfect. All right, well, let's talk about the hours here, still available. We do have one day that we are closed here at the city for this month, and that's on the 18th. But besides that day, what are we looking at for hours for our tax window being open?
Yep, so we're regular hours for City Hall, so it's 7:30 through 4:30, Monday through Friday. Again, we're relatively light now, so if you do want to come into City Hall and you'd want to avoid the lines, I encourage you to come in sometime sooner. Towards the end of the deadline, there's going to be a lot more people wanting to pay at that last minute, so it tends to get longer lines. But Brenda and Riley both sit up at the counter, and they crank through them as fast as they can.
Perfect. And if anybody has any questions, you guys really, we talked about this the first time you came in about the taxes. You really have a good breakdown on the website of answering all the questions that are out there. Can you talk a little bit about that and remind folks about that?
Yeah, we tried to bulk up the website a little bit more with some frequently asked questions. So in the past, it had always just been a link to our insert that goes out with each one of the tax bills. But now we try to put on that front page so that you don't have to click through to it. So there's a lot of questions out there as far as how you can pay, when you have to pay, all of that type of stuff. And if there's other questions that you don't know, again, emailing us or giving us a call would be great. And we'll put it out on the website if it's a frequently asked question that we missed.
And last but not least, if the building is closed up, so you just missed that 4:30 deadline, can you still drop a payment off here?
Absolutely. So we have the drop box in the foyer. So what we'll do is anything that's when we come in on the 1st, February 1st, I think the 31st is a weekend this year, isn't it? So whatever that next day is.
Challenging this guy here. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. So
Sunday.
Monday, February 1st is still considered timely, and the City of Fitchburg will continue to collect it that day. So if you come in after 4:30 or any time during the day and don't want to deal with the lines, you could put your payment in the drop box. We'll pick it up Tuesday morning, and then at that point we'll send everything to the county. But it'll still be considered timely. We make sure to note on there that it was in our drop box on the due date.
And you guys recommend not putting cash in the drop box?
Right. It's just never a good idea.
Sure.
So, yep, if you want to pay by cash, coming in is really the best way to do that. But checks are not a problem by any means.
Okay. Am I missing anything else here, Misty, besides be patient with if it's busy here, just be patient. You guys will get to it as best you can. And
yeah, no, just, yeah.
We're
doing good.
doing good.
Yep.
For collections-wise, we're doing good. We're rocking through it.
Yep. It's a lot of activity in a short amount of time, but our staff's doing really well keeping up.
And then what do you guys do after this then?
Audit.
It never stops.
Yeah,
in
we go from
finance.
audit to CIP to budget to, yeah, there's always fun and exciting stuff in the finance department.
I have to laugh every time I hear you say that. Fun and exciting in finance, Preston. What do you think?
It's my lock of the week. Chink.
All right, that's it for us this morning. Nothing like making these two feel awkward. Brenda, it was nice to meet you. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Misty, we appreciate the information. Again, if you want more information, fitchburgwi.gov, and then Finance Department, you'll get everything you need to know about our taxes. All right, coming up, we wrap up the show. Stay tuned. It's Talking Fitchburg.